Satchwan, man. Pleasure to meet you, man.
Man, yes, sir. Likewise.
And as promised, everybody, we back tonight. We go continue that discussion we were having last night about industry plants and COINTELPRO being back in effect. And I told everybody, of course, we was gonna have Brother Cam on, and here he is. What's up, Cam?
Man, what's up, Big Steel? What's up, my SA?
SJ, man.
SJ,
Midwest
my bad.
Satchwan, man.
Antoine. My middle name, Antoine, so I know better.
That's my brother name.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we back, and we was talking about, lately we've had in the last few years on this online community, we've had a proliferation of just these different personalities that come out, and it seem like they just almost like agents of chaos. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about all these cats are all typically over 40 years old, and they all just come with the most outrageous commentary, and it's almost like it's just meant to cause a rise in people. And these people, if you notice, all this stuff kind of was on the same timeline as Takashi making his way in the industry and doing what he did, right? And you just wonder, it seemed like these people come out of nowhere. And I said, man, it's almost like they've been planning here.
I mean, I don't know how far back it started, but like I know with 50 Cent and just the troll era, people, online and social media, and being able to do dummy pages and dummy profiles, and then eventually testing the water and seeing, in my opinion, just like kind of like how Suge did the industry. I know who I can play with. I know I can, rough up, and I know who I'm supposed to leave alone. But now that the lines is blurred, from my observation.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of what people see too is like now that it's all digital, is like artificial intelligence. And what I mean by that is like, so a lot of those conversations don't be real and stuff on Twitter. They be bots. But they know who tuned in to this platform and that platform, and they know who is gonna get a rouse out of, because they count the likes, they count everything, they know what you tuned into. Like, you ever been by your phone talking about Jordans, and then next thing you know, every ad you see be about Jordans. So it's the same exact thing. They know what's gonna get the engagement going, what's gonna get you riled up by the things you like, by the things you watch on YouTube and all of that, and they know where to run the stories at for the people to see them. And they know, like, it was one time I was with somebody and we don't follow none of the same type of stuff, none whatsoever. But she would send me stuff and I would send her stuff, and it'd be the same stuff. It's just she might be seeing it on this platform, but I'm seeing it on this one. You know what I'm saying? So it go from the highest of the high of people to the lowest of the low. They know what's gonna get a rise out of people. They know what's gonna get the foolishness started, because they already know that it's nobody with a voice of reason is ever going to be heard out with the internet. The internet is flawless for making whoever looks the toughest wins. So long as I could disrespect you to the fullest, however, then I won in the internet's eyes, because it's a herd mentality. People are going to love and like everything that they feel is wrong with something, and it's easier to get people to come together for hatred than it is anything else. So then you got the industry plants. Yesterday, what I was saying is like Donnie Brasco. I think it's more of that going on than it is anything else. And that comes back to the COINTELPRO part of it, that they strategically place agents in places because for whatever reason, Black people think that all Black people had the same struggle and all Black people are for the same things. So I could plant a plant. Like, you can't take down a Black organization without Black plants and help. You're never going to be able to do that. You're never going to, you know what I'm saying? So everybody thinks that, oh, why would a Black person do that? Like the Black Panther Party for self-defense, like I had uncles and stuff that was really in that, great uncles that was really in that, who was really telling stories about anybody could come over. If Cam from Watts come to Inkster and need a place to stay, all he got to do is be a Panther. That's all we got to know about him, and he could stay. We don't know what he did on the way here, because on the way here they handed him his assignment because he's a federal agent per se. And now I'm in the mix of that. I'm the plant. I'm the guy who reporting false crimes and all of that. But now it's wrapped. Now I don't gotta report false crimes. They go tell me everything they doing because I'm the record exec now, and I want to be cool. They want to be cool to me. That's what I've seen with the industry plants and the COINTELPRO and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know if it exactly get that deep, man, and detailed in it and everything, man. It's just a whole bunch of.
It do.
You said do, Cam?
Oh yeah, it get deeper than that. But go ahead, keep going.
You know, and what I see is, man, and this is what I honestly think, man. It's almost like foolishness is being rewarded right now at an all-time high. You know, you hear about, and some of this stuff is overinflated. You know, you hear about stuff. Oh man, this cat got $5 million. And you go look at this person, man, and all they do is talk shit all day, pretty much. For the lack of better words, they just sit up and talk about it. And it's always about something. If we hear about a rapper dying, they'd come online and say, oh, I hope his son died too. I hope this person died. You know, he was supposed to die. He should have died, this and that. And they say the most outlandish things just to get attention. Just to get attention. But it's always a real tone of like just some, it's almost like a dark sarcasm. You feel what I'm saying?
Because it's the internet is a sucker's ultimate safety net.
Say that again.
The internet is a sucker's ultimate safety net because, like, right now, they in the comments, they saying everything they want to say, hoping one of us respond. Maybe Steele, maybe Cam, maybe the guy I never heard of. Who is the guy I never heard of? You know what I'm saying? Let's say something about him because all you doing is typing. The more time I got in the day, the more time I could sit here and do this. We dealing with a bunch of unhappy, unemployed, ain't got nothing to do, got their opinion.
But the thing is, though, hold on, the thing is, this ain't really about the people that watch content. It's entertainment for them. Let's get that out the way.
But
first.
it's not. See, that's the part of it.
Hold on. Let me get stuff off. Hold on 1 second. Like, we ain't gonna start over talking to each other and stuff. The thing is this, right? People look at stuff to get entertained ultimately, right? That's they right stuff. I'm talking about the guys actually out here spreading this stuff. That's what becomes dangerous right there. You know what I mean? Because you have a lot of people that look at, this is the new television, man, for the most part. People ain't watching TV no more like that, man. They looking at everything live. You know what I'm saying? You remember when they first started showing these reality shows? This is almost like been programmed into this new generation of viewers, right? So all this plays in line. If you notice, and I try not to say these cats' names, man, but all these different people that got all these like weird things to say, man. You don't think it's crazy?
I think everybody plays the part though. Like the industry plant part about it is that they got people who got the influence to rile the people up. It's like we know we can rile up 1.57 million people with this post because of the people we know go have posted. But the people play a part in it because once they start engaging on any level, the story grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. So once the people start making it grow, see, this is TV for them, but it's real time. It's live. They watching this live. So anything that anybody want to try to get off live right now, they could do that. And that we don't know who they got watching this. We don't know because it's the internet. That's why I said it's a sucker's paradise, because we don't know who watching it. Who sending who to do what? You was advertising that Cam was gonna be on here. People know that I'm gonna be on here. We don't know who they sent to watch to stir up the pot.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. And it's like some of the things that these people say, man, is so outrageous and so disrespectful. It's just outright disrespectful. But the thing is, the really thing that caught my attention on the whole thing were all these was people that was over a certain age. Like, these is not young cats. You expect a little bit of immaturity from people that are young. People that are young, they don't have much. They don't have a lot to go off of, right? So they just go say stuff just to get a rise out of each other. They don't know no better. But you talking half of these cats, man, is doing this stuff is over 40 years old, man. Just older cats. So you got the older people, and this almost comes in line with a whole bunch of stuff. We in the era where they really trying to take our masculinity from us. Now they trying to take our manhood. Now they taking our elders kind of from us. Because we already in a place right now to where if you over the age of 30, people call you OG. If you feel what I'm saying, if you're 30 years old, what's up, OG? Because we not used to our people getting older and aging. You feel what I'm saying?
No, we're used to that. They're not used to that because the kids are dying so young. Like we're on here all grown, over 30, about to be 40 or whatever, and we talking and one other 40-year-old come on here or 50-year-old rile everything up, and the young people go act a fool about it. That's who the opinion that they go act a fool about it. Like none of my friends that's of a certain, I don't even know any no teenagers or nobody in their early 20s no more. You feel me? All the people I know or associate with or affiliate with is of a certain age. So you can't even talk to nobody that young because their mentality is completely different. They're from a social media era. Like I graduated high school in 2000. The internet was still new. I remember first looking stuff up on the internet. Somebody born in 2005, just 5 years after I graduated, grew up on the internet. They not never gonna have a world without the internet. It's gonna be something else. The internet gonna be their telephone. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people get influenced by the negativity. That's all they see. That's all they push. Again, we online. So if I could get Cam to argue with me, that's gonna get me popping online. That if they don't see it online, it ain't real. If they don't hear online that you got a gazillion-dollar record deal, it ain't real. They gotta see it. If you ain't showing it online, it ain't happening. You ain't happy if you not showing pictures of you and your wife online vacationing. You ain't happy. You feel me? You don't take care of your kids if you don't show them on Christmas and the holidays and all of that. Meanwhile, you do everything that you wake up, cook the meals, all of that. So it's just a different world, and the industry is easier to plant people because we got people sitting back that's influencers. What are you influencing? The negativity. Anytime somebody is called a social influencer, they come from having battles with people, arguments with people, disrespecting the culture or whatever we call the OGs, and now they're a social influencer because they likes went up, they followers went up. You know what I'm saying? People got 30 million followers but can't sell 5 t-shirts. Because the t-shirts ain't got nothing to do with negativity. But that same 30 million followers will buy those t-shirts if it said fthisissomebull.com. Now you got 30 million sales, but if you said support thisissomebull.com, you won't sell 5 from that same influencer. But we too grown to be influenced.
Well,
but if they wanted you to be an influencer,
hold on, SJ. That's almost something akin to like I heard a theory, man, about just negative energy. Negative energy and positive energy, it creates what? You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you could power something, right? It's a lot of bad energy out there right now. It's just like everything right now. It's like we almost in the darkest period. We almost like we in a real dark period. Now you figure we went through this whole thing we've been going through for the past few years, right? And now everything that's really popping online is like some crazy, it's like some madness. You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like it's not real.
It's manufactured for sure. Like the beef, I'm just, I'm here to listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm a soak up game, and I'm here riding with y'all. But like y'all said earlier, like SJ said, it's COINTELPRO. This really fed bait. It's all fed bait. It's bait. It's bait to get us at each other's throat, and it's bait, for us to implicate ourselves or incriminate ourselves. As soon as we go at each other, they waiting right there. They gonna beat you to the fade before you get there. They gonna beat you to the shootout, the crime scene before you get there. So anybody that don't know that, like SJ said, these youngsters don't really know that. They don't know the scientific, behavioral sciences and military science that these people is using. That's how they overthrow governments. They hit the little dissatisfied, wild little, cats in the neighborhood, whatever. They hit them with money. They hit them with guns. They hit them with some drugs. Let them get high. Let them act all the way out, and send them on their little missions. And then they wait there with the net or with the whatever to scoop all the fish up.
Yeah, for real. That's real talk. One thing I thought about, and I always go back to the Tekashi cat, right? Because the way he just infiltrated America's psyche, like, he was a real polarizing dude. Everybody was checking him out. He was out there talking crazy to everybody. And that's why everybody tripped off, because it was almost like this cat was untouchable. He said the maniest shit and got away, and nobody ever slapped the shit out this dude. And I was like, damn, what's going on with him? This dude really running stuff like that, and I heard, start hearing little things, right? And he got all those dudes incarcerated ultimately. And he didn't do no time. He didn't do no real time. How much time did he do?
I think he did like a couple months. But look at the powers that be that was actually behind him. The music industry powers that be. It's over. It's an unlimited budget. And what people on the outside looking in didn't know is how powerful the people behind him were. Not the gang members, not them. That wasn't the power.
Right.
The power was he signed to such and such son, which is I can say whatever I want to say because y'all need him. Y'all might not necessarily like me or nothing I'm saying, but my dad, the CEO of the label that I'm really signed to, my dad runs the whole industry. Everybody needs a favor, or everybody want to stay in good graces. So I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want to do, because all these people want to be famous. All of them want the shot. They not gonna ruin their shot over this kid. This is a science project. You know what I'm saying? We take somebody. What's gonna disrespect the black culture the most? A Mexican with rainbow hair saying nigga with a rag on. Gang banging. That totally goes against, that turns out to be a snitch. So that totally goes against everything of the machismo of rap, of the culture, and nothing happens. That's the COINTELPRO. We got the money behind it. We got the money. The industry know the money behind it, so they can't say nothing. The streets think the gang is behind it, so that turns it into a whole different problem for everybody across the board. Because now, is he gang banging? Is he affiliated? Those are two different things. Most people don't know, so they don't know what's going on. And then he does the ultimate. He takes the stand, and then comes back after taking the stand and say to whoever, "What y'all gonna do?"
Do you remember? Do y'all remember what what's my man name that was managing that's from his hood, that's from 9 Trey, the
Shotty?
Yeah. Do y'all remember what he said, like when Act a while back, when Act was like, man, you have some protection around Tekashi, like you talking all reckless like this? And do y'all remember who he said had his back, that he fully loaded and backed up by?
I can't recall.
He said the Israeli Mossad. That's what Shotty said.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's online. It's on my YouTube page. So this is not me trying to start that. I'm quoting.
I want you to shoot me that link, because I'm gonna put it out there for the people to look at it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it out there for people to look at it. So it gets a little deeper than what we think, I suppose. It gets a little deeper. You got to think about all this stuff that is falling in line, and maybe this is just me having too much time on my hands, man. But when you look at it, man, this is the third rapper from a certain distributor to go the path the way it's went. You understand without me saying too much?
Yeah.
This is the third. It's more than 3.
Yeah. More than 3.
Yeah, I don't even want to say their names, but y'all know where I'm going with it.
Yeah,
And this
yeah,
is something, you know what I'm saying? It's more than you said it's more than 3.
yeah.
And see, what people don't understand, man, is that all of them have died tragically. You feel what I'm saying?
Murder. No, they didn't die. They were murdered. Those are
Yeah,
different things.
that's what I'm saying. They were murdered. And all this stuff, man, maybe it's just a little bit, and that's why I think sometimes I don't like to be labeled as a conspiracy theorist, but it just be stuff that's right in front of you, man. You
But
seeing it, you know what I'm saying?
but is COINTELPRO a theory or is it a real proven conspiracy?
Oh, that's a real proven.
No,
I
I
think it's a
think
real
like
proven
recently they
conspiracy.
just came out and said that that was a real thing. Like the actual government acknowledged that that was a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's obviously a tactic that they use. Like Steele and I were talking yesterday, and I said, "It's no way that they hitting these rap crews with RICO charges without having people in the mix that's not from where they from."
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all
Mhm.
there's informants in the mix of these rap crews or whatever because a RICO charge was specifically designed for mob activity, not gang activity.
Mhm.
Gangs been around longer than the mob. The
Mm.
concept of gangs. So this was specifically put together for mob activity, and now they're using it for rappers. So they got to use the
Mhm.
exact same tactics that they used for the why it was put together for the Italian mob. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now it's so easy to do though. It's just so easy to hit you with the Rico because before you got hit with the Rico back in the day, you didn't even know what the Rico was. Your homies couldn't tell you. You didn't have a case study to even know what it was. Now they tell you exactly what it is, and we still got droves and droves and droves and droves of young brothers doing exactly what they telling you they indicting you on RICO charges for, which ultimately means life in prison. That's all RICO means. Somebody, a bunch of y'all about to get life in prison. That's what that means.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
For something somebody else may have said, might not have even did. You don't know what's going on, and you don't
And,
even know, and you know you involved, but you don't know to what extent.
and
Because
it's been a proliferation of BS lately. You know what I mean? It's a proliferation. How many of y'all been getting videos lately of just the most heinous acts just being recorded and happen to be getting caught on video? Like they got the one homie, rest in peace, that incident happened. We ain't gonna speak on that, but people I'm pretty sure know what we're talking about,
yeah,
right? All this stuff. If all this footage is out there, man, that mean they watching everything that we doing.
Mm.
Because you look at
yeah,
it, I'm like, okay, they recording this. That means somebody is ultimately watching this in real time happen.
I'm uh I'm 20 minutes outside of Detroit in Inkster, and Dan Gilbert got the downtown area of Detroit sold up, and he got this thing called Project Greenlight that the businesses become a part of. And what Project Greenlight is if it's a green light on the building blinking, that means
Mhm.
that it's taping 24 hours, 7 days a week, and all of the businesses that line the streets in the neighborhoods and stuff are Project Greenlight. So I could commit a crime at your business, but they got me for a mile on camera everything I did because all of these things are simultaneously taping. It's called Project Greenlight. It's probably like that in other cities because
Mhm.
Dan Gilbert is behind it. You know what I'm saying? Dan Gilbert buying up downtown Detroit. Like you could take a tour of the building that he owned, and you can go in the security room. And
Mhm.
Detroit is not far from Canada. It's 15 minutes away, some spots, right? They got cameras that could see on blocks and streets in Canada. So for sure, downtown Detroit is under surveillance 24 hours, 7 days a week because he owns property here.
Mhm.
So you moving on cameras. You know you moving on cameras.
Yeah,
You go,
because
you go. It's not like back in the days. It's not like I can go creep up on you. Everybody in your neighborhood got ring cameras, and if a crime happened, the police they don't even got to subpoena it. When you sign up for the ring, if you read your terms and conditions, you are giving the police access to these cameras in the event of a crime. But people don't read their terms and
no,
conditions.
nobody reading it. They go straight in the trash.
They
It
hit the
goes
But
straight
street.
in
that's
the
in the
trash and
terms and
everything else.
conditions.
It goes
So
straight in the trash.
Right. So it's all you don't know who really watching these cameras, who really looking at you when you sign these terms and conditions. So again, it's the plants, it's the COINTELPRO. That's how they really police in the streets. In reality, is COINTELPRO because I work and I'm in the UAW. I'm an auto worker, and if the feds building a case against you because you're a drug dealer, but you still at the plant and all of that, they could send people in there that you would think are workers that'll work next to you for years, and this would be a federal agent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
that can happen to you because once you say that you go work with this place, that you work here, that you're an employee, you sign that contract with them terms and conditions give them the rights to do that.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is this, right? You have all this stuff collectively going on, right? Like you get a video, and I'm talking about it's like these videos come out like minutes after the incident don't happen. Have you noticed that, Cam?
Yeah, they be on the scene.
They come right out and they pop up on your phone, so you get this video, and it's like wow, like how does this happen? How did they get this footage that quick? You know what I mean? I'm talking about real crisp footage, like it was shot by somebody almost. And so we got this stuff going, man. You got cats online. Everybody got the ability to go live and everything like that, man. And you having these people that are getting a lot of attention. And not a day goes by that you don't hear their names in some way, fashion, or form. You know what I mean? Something always happening with them. And it usually ain't nothing good, right? It reminds me of the provocateurs, the agents of chaos, people that they put in, in the community during times of war and stuff like that. And when you think about COINTELPRO and how it just decimated the whole black movement, you know what I mean? The whole real black movement, right? And how they just planted drugs and stuff in our communities and did just all these other things. You feel what I mean? And just moved with impunity to just pretty much destroy a whole community and a whole race of people. We still ain't fully recovered from that.
Yeah.
Certain parts of the country it decimated. Detroit, it did Detroit ugly. It did Cleveland ugly. It did Watts ugly. It did Watts real ugly. So
you see that link I just put up because I'm trying to see it on the comments. I ain't seeing it showing up.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if the comments we see over here is in real time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's in real time, but
yeah, I got that's the shoddy little YouTube video. I try to put it on the stream yard, but I don't see nowhere where I can leave a comment on it on the stream yard.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll do is I'll make you an admin later on to where you could do that stuff. But the whole thing is this, man. The tongue speaks life and death.
Mm-hmm.
And if everything that you put out in the universe is about chaos, destruction to this person, to that person, negativity, it's going to come back and hit you hard. It's going to come back really with 3 times the force that you sent out.
Yeah.
And we got to really guard what we listening to, man. That's why as much as I utilize the internet, I don't go online like that because I think it's a lot of stuff, man, that's from a spiritual dimension and everything else, man.
I mean, it is. I just went on Wikipedia, and if you look up the COINTELPRO, if you scroll, I'm looking to say during the same period, talking about the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover targeted Malcolm X. FBI spokesman worked on widening the rift between Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad through infiltration and through sparking of acrimonious debates within the organization, rumor mongering, and other tactics designed to foster internal disputes, which ultimately led to Malcolm's assassination. So like I was saying, it's reputables. It's so-called reputables that got turned. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you trust. It's like Judas. Judas was Jesus' long familiar friend. So you ain't gonna expect he the one that's gonna get you assassinated.
Mm-hmm. That's real. It's always somebody It's always the enemy is always somebody from the inside.
Yeah. And once they seen that worked with that organization, they applied that tactic to Next, the Black Panther Party for self-defense. Then the Crips when the Crips started. The Bloods when the Blood. It worked so good with that they knew that it would work because
and they're still utilizing it to this day.
And the sad part about that is it's so many of us that know that that's the tactic. Mm-hmm. Like Malcolm didn't know that was the tactic, so it working was a difference.
Right.
Huey and them didn't recognize that it was a tactic because they was still on the Malcolm, loving Malcolm, being connected to that. Mm-hmm. We know that this is the tactic. You know it's the tactic because it keeps happening in every neighborhood across America. Right now, it's two homies that's starting out doing whatever they doing, and one of them gonna kill each other in the next couple years, next couple months maybe. But before anything ever happened, they was good. We gonna introduce money. We gonna introduce drugs. We gonna put money on one side of the projects. We gonna put drugs on the other side. They not gonna learn to work together. They gonna kill each other for the money and the drugs with the guns that we put there. Yeah. That's what the projects really were. Because they call it projects. What was the project? What was the outcome? Yeah. What was they building those for? The only good thing that ever came out of the projects was whoever owned the brick companies and the glass companies. Yeah. Because all it is, everywhere you go all around the world, every project is brick and glass. So them the only people that won out of that.
And the private prison and the jails.
Right.
And that's
but the same people who built the projects built the private prisons and the jails because it's the brick and the glass. Nobody ever questioned who owned them companies, who got them contracts. Because the projects in Watts shouldn't look nothing like the projects in Inkster unless they're going off the same blueprints. And how could that be? Yeah. That's 3,000 miles away. How could that be? It's all taking effect. It's all tied up into one. But if we put these things together, now we targets. Now people like we crazy. Now they got to stir something else up against us because somebody might listen to this and be like, whoa, I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. People just better open their eyes because this really, we got a lot of stuff going on in front of us right now. I don't think we really see a lot of people in the public that don't really, because they're not looking. Mm-hmm. But it's so much synergy. Like all of this stuff is aligned if you look at it. All this stuff is aligned. So I don't know, man.
I see a comment. I ain't gonna really speak, to it too much, but exclusive.shot that, say something about the controversy that's going on right now online regarding the Mexican Southsiders, you know what I'm saying, and on our acquaintances, you know what I'm saying, and that's part of the danger that we're talking about. That I had to pull this up. This is a history. This is a article of history. I don't know if you can see this. This is a project that I did with all Southsiders called Mutual Respect. It's a project I did, I think, around 2014, 2015.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Okay, now listen. When you say
hold on, SJ.
No, I want him to explain what Southsiders are for everybody who ain't laced up.
Yeah, Southsiders are Mexicans from Southern California. They wear blue. They're not Crips, but that they represent their organization. Wearing blue, and they represent, like I said, the Southern California, Los Angeles, all the way down to San Diego. The soldiers that they had to get together just like we did in the penitentiaries and on the streets to defend themselves and to push their line for the kibbles and bits or the dirt, the way we had to survive. Like when crack hit, because the beef ain't about necessarily righteous business. It's about dirty business. America is they don't want to put the drugs and the alcohol and the moonshine and the vices and the prostitution and all of that. So that's how they was able to survive. The Kennedys and all of them, they went from all of that to the presidents. Mm-hmm. They went from all of that to the White House. So, we was slaves. We was colonized and conquered by the same enemy. The Mexicans, they was conquered by the Spaniards because all they are is native indigenous Indians, from the Black nation. That's not even brown people. They actually from the original black indigenous nation of this planet. But their blood was mixed after they got conquered by the white Spaniards, the white people from Spain, and forced Spanish on them and forced, that culture on them, just like the Caucasian made our skin light and forced English on us. But then, they know we both warriors and we both ain't gonna quit once we get started. So if they can keep us at each other's throat by, really fostering some bodies or some deaths or whatever, they know in our emotional state, we're going to take it all away until we all cancel each other out, and they're going to sit back and laugh and take all the chips and keep it moving.
Man, you know what? Cam,
watch your mouth. Don't get us in trouble. I'm the troublemaker here.
Oh no, it's all good, man. It's all good because people need to hear the truth. Mm-hmm. People need to hear the truth, and that's the thing right now. The truth has become unpopular opinion because if you notice, everything that's righteous right now is bad. If you say something against certain things, you can get in trouble. We can lose our deal. We can lose sponsorships. We can lose all kind of stuff, man. So you have to figure out what's more valuable to you. You know what I'm saying? The trinkets of the truth, and I've always found the truth to be more valuable. But still, I got this mortgage, I got these bills to pay. So, I try to straddle the fence a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me address this comment right quick. I see somebody say, El Saludin Muhammad say Latinos align with Europeans, though. So blacks don't align with Europeans. We didn't just break our necks to vote for Biden and like. We ain't killing each other. Bloods and Crips ain't killing each other. Worse than Latinos is siding with Europeans. Ain't nobody siding with Europeans more than mentally dead Negroes. So, if we're going to keep it 100, let's keep it 100. The Mexicans are not our enemies. That's not our enemies. We grew up with them. We got the same struggles, same enemies, been bit by the same snake. But they're more conscious because they didn't lose the full knowledge of themselves and their culture and their history. They was less physically stronger than we was, and that's why they had to squad up and become Southsiders and all that, because we was so strong and wild and reckless and undisciplined. We was pressing up on them. We was violating them on a regular basis. And this is, the United States used to be Mexico. The whole half of it used to be Mexico. So you got to speak with respect. You can't be in your feelings just because, we lost loved ones and they lost loved ones due to each other's violence. You got to be a warrior and sit down like, heads of state can sit down with their so-called enemies and find out, are we really even enemies or not?
But the concept of that is so far gone from some people because nobody ever even taught them that that's how warriors operate. Like, they learning how to be warriors from people who they not even warriors. They don't even speak like that. They don't I got pictures of African warriors taped on my wall. This is what I see because this is what I know we from. Some people don't know they dad. So they definitely don't think they know warrior because nobody's taught them that. Mama, the single mama not teaching you that you know warrior. She telling you to get out there and get it.
Right.
You feel me?
Well, you know what though, Cam, and that goes back to all the thing I've been saying the whole thing along. Like, right. In the black community, we don't have no elder statesmen no more. Our elder statesmen have turned into clowns.
They sold out. They sold us out for the bag and for the fame. That's what social media, that's what SJ was just talking about. We all got a price tag back here for some bag, for some fame, or for some ass. We all got
for real.
I'm not saying all of us, but all these so-called leaders.
For real. And I'm not even just talking about the leaders. I'm talking about the proliferation of people that we have that are just online right now, right? Saying the wrong things, just being very socially irresponsible, saying stuff that's really getting people killed right now.
Yeah, I mean, we can't get away with like the universe, the law of the universe. Nobody escapes. The trash gonna get took out regardless. Nature gonna take its course. So if you set a pile of doo-doo out there, like, you know what I'm saying? If fly, whoever gets attracted to it and want to land on it and stay there and eat that, then that's the waste. They gonna, that's the trash that got to get took out, I guess. Because if it's enough history, enough proof of who our real enemies is every single day. But if we want to sell out and just say, every man, I got to get this bag no matter what, and it's like that, okay, well, you signing up for the doo-doo pile. You know what I'm saying? The doo-doo pile gonna get scooped up and used as fertilizer.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. Well, man, I know it's late on y'all in the country, man. I appreciate y'all coming on here again tonight, man. And me and Cam got something that we gonna be doing. We gonna be bringing the responsibility back to things. So outside of this, you go see me and Cam doing some things, man. Cam, you want to break it down to him a little bit?
Yeah, we got something coming called Black Husband Gang. That's putting responsibility back on the black male, the black man. You're not a gangster, like, especially if we pattern ourselves after like mafia gang, organized crime gangsters or warriors or whatever. All real warriors, all real so-called gangsters are family men. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're really supposed to be fighting for. You're not supposed to be fighting for a bag. You're supposed to be fighting for the love and the protection and the health of a family, a wife. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing more worth going to war for, killing or dying for, working for, slaving for, than a virtuous woman, a wife that can give you peace of mind, that can help, comfort you and console you when you out here dealing with enemies left and right. So me and Steele was trying to put that, righteous pressure back on us, because family is the foundation. That's going to determine whether your children learn to go out and be ratchet, or learn to go kill each other or whatever. If they learn family values from the fathers, if we stayed around long enough and stayed down and put actual righteous law and discipline, loving law on our women, our wives, our children, our family, on ourselves first, then we wouldn't even get half of it. We wouldn't even get to this messed up point. So that's what we on, Black Husband Gang. And we talking about relationships too. We ain't talking about it's all the man fault. We talking about how it's good brothers out here that getting a bad rap because a lot of sisters don't take no accountability. They are never wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we ain't caping for no. We actually on some more G-ish, I ain't gonna say Kevin Samuels, but we Johnny Cochran's for black male relationships, black males in relationships.
So this gonna be like a show, or this gonna be like an online course? What direction is this going?
It's gonna be just an online little forum. It's an online forum. We come to talk about some stuff that people don't talk about. See, right now, all the lanes out there, man, is on all the lanes are lanes of bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? I can't even give it no kind of description other than just bullshit, man. So it has to be something else out there, man. Everything can't be about gang banging. Everything can't be about, you know what I'm saying, about the latest gossip and stuff like that. Got to be some real stuff out there, man. So we just, putting some substance out there, dog. Different perspectives.
And what's more appealing and attractive, really, to especially the female. Like we love females. I know I do. I'm not a homosexual.
Right. Everybody can agree that they love female.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So ain't nothing more attractive to me than talking about male female relations and how we can get peace and pleasure and love and what I'm saying, in the right kind of way with each other to attract.
Right. Yeah, building that, keeping that foundation going, keeping it strong.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of good fathers and husbands and all of that, and that's definitely something they'll be interested in. Man, I don't even know no niggas who got kids who, if you don't mess with your kids, I definitely can't rock with you. So you know what I'm saying. So that's a good look. So when y'all go first jump online and let us something go.
We getting it together. We formulating some stuff, but it's gonna be here sooner than you think.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear,
it's gonna be sooner than you think. But one thing I gotta ask you about, Cameron, I didn't want to touch on it too much. I landed on it real quick, like, man. 3 to 4 rappers, dog, all from the same place. Coincidental, man?
Nah, it ain't coincidental because they know that the enemy know that we the most influential, sector on the planet. So if they, and we the most feared. So they got to keep us at each other's throat. So we won't focus on them. We won't turn that 467 years worth of vengeance and retaliation that's old. We won't point it to the right direction that we supposed to be taking that out on. It's wartime. It's not peacetime. It's wartime. It's supposed to be peacetime among us. But we're supposed to peace up so we can go to war with the real beast, with the real enemy, because they going to war with us.
Man, because I'm going to tell you, man, I don't like doing a whole bunch of walking, man. I went out and marched and did all that stuff last year, man. And I'm mad as hell. Now I said, man, we was all just kumbaya a few months ago. Now it's back cracking again.
Yeah, that's called COINTELPRO.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
back cracking again,
they couldn't let it be cool for too long. Bro, we in the middle of a revolution and a renaissance at the same time that's actually being televised. Matter of fact, it's being more than televised. We're watching it live every day. And it's the 20s, the roaring 20s. That's when all the flavor, all the style in the 1900s came through. The roaring 20s. The roaring 20s was on the heels of back then what was an epidemic or a pandemic. That's how they got into the roaring 20s. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the exact same thing with the technology. We never seen technology this advanced. That's the Renaissance part about it. The revolution is in the middle of a pandemic.
People stop the pandemic word, man. I told you.
My bad. Yeah. In the middle of that, people are out marching. How does that even make sense?
Yeah, it don't.
Because they was watching it in real life. So they had to get out there. It wasn't like back in the day where by the time somebody would have seen it, it was days old. They getting everybody together in the middle of something where we supposed to not be outside. Come on, man. That's programming. That's not by coincidence. That don't just happen. That this happens in every city all the time, whatever the hot thing is, and that was the hot thing, marching. That's going on. So they whenever they want to switch it, we gonna go from marching to looting in 3 different months. We gonna turn it all the way around. Now we got a reason to do whatever we do because we watching y'all in real time. Be ignorant. We watching y'all do this. We gotta protect the land.
So let me drop one little thing on us, and I'm not trying to get religious or nothing like that, but the power is in human beings. The power of God is in human beings. The human mind, the human brain, the human will, the human unity. Like if y'all don't even know that, like artificial intelligence and how these folks just supposedly U.S. scientists just successfully created a new life form in a laboratory called a xenobot. It's a microscopic little robot that's alive, that's organic, that can actually reproduce, but it reproduce something different than a mammal or a plant. So these new people, scientists, that they ain't been at that but maybe 100 years or something like that, trying to actually experiment with genes and create life. Like Frankenstein, they finally created life, right? So if we're the original people and we're the indigenous people and we got signs out there in the desert of technology and mathematics and engineering that's over 5,000 or 6,000 years old, that these so-called artificial intelligent new Frankenstein scientists still haven't been able to figure out. What do you think we are? The average people only use 6, 7, 8% of their brain. But you got a whole 94, 93% of brain left. What do you think you would be doing? And what did we used to do with that whole 100% of our brain before we went to sleep to only be using 6% of it? So when I'm in the Nation of Islam, we don't believe in no spook fairy tale after you die God. God is in the mirror. The power, salvation, everything that you want is in you. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven is in you. It's not in some spook in space. So I just wanted to drop that.
And there he is, Brother Cam. Brother Cam. You know, I'm gonna escape while I can, man, because I brought something up, man. But I'm gonna say that for another time, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We gonna get up out of here.
For sure. All right, thanks, man.
Peace.
All right, show much love.